you go on with these, again, these instant techniques, and then you go on talking about deeper calm, building the resistance, and then creating a richer world for yourself. I wonder if you could talk about some of the techniques that you do to finish out the book. And I know some of them is playing these movies in your mind, which has always been one of your best pieces of intellectual property, one I remember distinctly doing to recreate, reality.
Okay, so basically all day long, we're moving towards or away from things by the movies we make in our mind and the things we say to ourselves. So for example, if you wake up in the morning, you go, oh, right, I better get out of bed, because if I don't, I'll be late, then I'll be in trouble, and you run a movie, and you're moving away from something that's uncomfortable. Or you wake up and you go, ooh, yeah, I tell you what, I can't wait for today, because I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, etc. Literally within a split second, decisions like that are made. Do you want to go to a party? You picture, feeling a bit awkward, don't really know anyone. No, I'm not available. Or different, hey, yeah, hang out, have a few drinks, see some friends, yeah, great, what time's the party? All day long, these movies and this internal dialogue, which is like our own hypnotist, is saying, wouldn't do that, we'll do that, ooh, yeah, ooh, that looks good, etc., right? And the thing is that a lot of people don't stop to analyze what it is that they're thinking about in terms of their pictures and sounds, the structure, if you like. Rather, you could look at the content, but it's the way you're making them. Are they big? Are they small? So, for example, if I say to you right now, as we did a moment ago, remember a time you felt really good, and return to it like you're back there again now. You're inside the movie, and it feels good, right? If I say, think of a mildly upsetting experience, yeah? Yeah, you can think of one, yeah? You got it, yeah? And, return to it like you're back there again now. It's upsetting, isn't it? Yeah? Now, Brian, step out of it. Step out of it. Move it over here. Look at the back of your head, over here.
Yeah.
You see the back of your head?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, drain all the color out. Make it black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shrink it down, shrink it down, shrink it down. Gone. So what we did was we stepped into a good time, stepped out of a bad time. When my father died 10 years ago, I was really... I was just really destroyed by it all emotionally, and I couldn't understand why. I just couldn't get over it, and then suddenly the realization after weeks of depression and upset and overwhelming grief, and I went, all I think about is the hospital, the last few months, and just how awful it was, and I would step out of the memory, make it black and white, shrink it down, send it away, and then bring in a happy time. Playing football, laughing with my dad, him encouraging me, good stuff, yeah, right? So what I'm doing is I'm saying in my brain, not that, this, not that, this, not that, this, and then after a while it automates. And so sure, I can, if I want, upset myself, but my default setting changed, right? And so what I'm saying to people is these are very simple ways to train your brain, right? If you're feeling bad, chances are you're inside an old movie that's upsetting you and it's in color and everything, or you're imagining something really bad, right? Now, sure, we need to be able to do both, but you just don't want to live in those, right? So the other thing is the internal dialogue, right? You, all day long you say, oh, must remember to do this, or that could be nice, etc. But often particularly anxious people, their internal dialogues like that, it's shrill and it's up tempo, yeah? Whereas if you change your internal dialogue right now, if you were to say to yourself, just not out loud, but inside your mind, you hear your voice say this in this tone of voice: all is well. All is well. All is well. It feels calming, right? Now, I was about to be interviewed a few months ago by this guy. It was a radio interview, and he said, I wrote a book on confidence about 20 years ago, and he said, he goes, I read your book on confidence. I said, oh, that's great. He said, no, it was really, really brilliant, the internal dialogue, because, there was a girl I wanted to ask out at the radio station, and, and I just used to tell myself, oh, I'm never going to be able to do it, and I changed my internal dialogue. And basically, you get your internal dialogue sounding positive, your external dialogue sounds positive. And I said, so what happened? He goes, we've been married for 15 years. And I thought, a simple thing like that can create the most powerful life change, right? And then the other thing as well that's really important is physiology. No one in all the years I've been working has come into my office and gone, I'm depressed, right? No, the depressed people, they come in and they go, it's really bad. Their tone of voice, their physiology, everything about them, is creating this state, because the mind and body are in this cybernetic loop. One is influencing the other, right? So if you get the thoughts in your mind calm, the pictures and the sounds your body relaxes. Likewise, if you're all tense and you have a massage, your mind relaxes as well as your body, right? So what I'm explaining to people is that what we do all day long with the pictures, the sounds, and the physiology affects our state. And all of our states drive our behaviors. So love, anger, apathy, fear, excitement, anxiety, motivation are all states. Those states drive our behaviors. Our behaviors create the results we get in the world. So if you want to get even greater results, change the behaviors by changing the states, by changing the sounds, pictures, and physiology. That's how the whole thing works. So it sounds like a lot to take in, but really it's very simple. And the great thing is, with all of my books and things, I'm there to do a lot of it for you, right? So if you're reading it and you're going, yeah, but there's quite a bit to imagine, you go to the downloads, which automatically happen. You just put in a code and bam, they're on your phone. And you go, this one, can you just hit a button? And I go, yeah, now this is how you do it. I'll walk you through it, yeah? So I see that as my job, as making all of this more user-friendly. Because when I started, there were lots of psychology books, which were kind of not very user-friendly. They used a lot of psychological, technical terminology, and they took a long time to say something. And in the past, people have said to me, what you're selling there is just common sense. And I go, do you know how hard it is to write common sense, right? So some of the visualizations I'm getting people to do is to imagine how you would look if you were more confident, if you were more relaxed, if you were more resilient. And then you step into it and you see what it's like through the eyes of your more confident, resilient self. You hear your internal dialogue and you feel that. And you do it over and over and over and over again, yeah? Until you become that.
So that physical manifestation can then also create that mental state.
Yeah, that's right. So it's basically what we practice, we get good at. Confidence is a habit. And I am showing you simple things to do that will create more of that. Now, for some people, it's dramatic. Other people, it takes a bit of time. This book comes with a trance. And this ain't like any other trance I've ever recorded. Because you see, in the last 2 years, I've worked with a lot of anxious people. And many of them, they don't want to relax because they think they're going to lose control, or they need their stress, right? So, I had to...
Americans you must be dealing with.
Well, it's cross-cultural. Okay. But you see, what would happen is, I'd say, so I'd like you to relax. Yeah, I'm relaxing. And anyway, there's... what I did was, I devised a very sophisticated set of language structures, and I placed anxious people. And it took a bit longer, about 30% longer, to get people where I wanted them to go. And after the 36 minutes that trance lasts for, there is not a chance on this earth that you are not feeling a lot more relaxed, maybe free of anxiety completely. But if you use it every day for a week, you see, it resets the default setting of stress. So your perceptual filters change, not all of a sudden, but a bit at a time, So you suddenly go, yeah, I've got this to deal with, that to deal with, yeah, I'll deal with that, bum, bum, bum. Instead of, you've got this relaxed alertness. You feel more in control. And that's what I'm really proud of with this, because you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And actually it's really quite hard with somebody who's super stressed. They don't want to give it up. You've got to give them something else instead. When people say to me, I've heard it takes 21 days to break a habit, I go, well, it doesn't. I've seen it in 21 seconds. But you don't break a habit. You replace it with a different habit. So if your habit is anything makes you go, or you've got foreboding all the time, yeah, then I can give you a way to stop that. I mean, for example, another thing is when you think of something that frightens you, stresses you, right? That gives you that feeling here in your stomach, right? Can you think of something now?
Yes.
Right. Now, for most people, nearly everyone on the planet, fear starts here and it moves up, right? It keeps firing, right? So it feels like it's a knot in our stomach or a feeling around our chest. Do you have that now?
I'm starting to get a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, can you get it a bit more? Make yourself real frightened, yeah?
Okay.
Right. And then what I need you to do is to show me where it starts and it moves to.
So kind of here,
and it's
here,
moving.
and it's kind of
up
to here.
All right, so there you go. So it's moving like that. So what we do is we see it like a wheel, right? So it's doing that, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I do it. Take the wheel out, flip it over, so it now does that. So it's spinning the other way.
Okay.
Right, so hang on, watch me do this. Yeah. And then what color is it? I'm going to say the color's red, right? I'm going to change the color blue. So I'm telling the unconscious, change how it represents and pull it in and move it in that way. spin it inside me the other way. So I'm telling my brain, send the feelings the opposite direction. So after a while, it negates it. So let's do it. I'll do it with you now. Get as frightened as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see, there you go. So pull the wheel out. It's here.
Okay. Yeah.
Feeling spinning like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip it over so it's doing that.
Okay.
Now change the color, make it something nice.
Right.
Yeah. And pull it into you. That's it. Just spin it in. Spin it in faster. Imagine 2 turbines here. That's it. Faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. That's it. Keep spinning it really fast. Faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. That's it. Good. Spinning it faster and faster. There you go. That's it. There you go. That's it. Keep spinning it like that.
Yeah, it just pushes it all down.
There you
quiets
go.
it all down.
Yeah. So these sorts of things are modern psychological techniques. This is an NLP technique.
I've seen you use that before.
You have, yeah. So it's not mine, it's Richard Bandler's, and it's another brilliant invention of his. But, you know, these are things that I think everybody should know how to do. You know, we spend a lot of time at school learning things that we're never really going to use in life. Many of them may be interesting, but wouldn't it be nice to have self-esteem classes or accelerated learning classes? Or, you know, how to run your own thoughts and feelings classes, etc., etc.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.